Okay, no. Okay, welcome all. Welcome to tonight's Southampton annual council meeting with the Heanor Town Council. Here's item on the agenda related to elect a mayor. Nomination, please.
Nominations.
Right.
Nominations. I nominate Alan Abernethy as mayor.
Yeah.
Second that.
Any other nominations?
Nominated for those.
Second by? Yeah. Right. Vote for Councillor Abernathy. Michelle? Okay. Vote for Michelle? Okay, well, congratulations, Councillor Abernathy.
Well done, mate.
Congratulations. There's your box.
Thank you very much. Can I ask the mayor to sign the declaration of acceptance of office, please? So just fill in your name now. Let me do that. Get the spelling.
What he says.
Because I'm not good at spelling.
Get picture. Yeah. Put it in chat for me, please.
If you sign it there. Then I will come to sign it. You are now officially the mayor of Heanor Loscoe.
Go on, Alan.
Well done.
That's that. Not like a podium.
No one, no viewed up.
We've got one there. Right.
Shine off your head.
Sorry. The next thing then is to elect deputy mayor.
Joanne Gent.
Any other nominations?
Elected unopposing.
Yep. Congratulations. And to elect a leader. Any nominations?
I nominate Marie. Yeah.
Don't speak up one.
Well,
Anybody else?
I think they could.
Elected unopposing. Yep, that's fine.
To legal apologies for absence.
Apologies for absence are received from Councillor Eileen Hamilton for a family matter and Councillor Christine Neal was on holiday.
Oh. Declaration of members' interests.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, agenda item 14, and a member of ours on the planning board.
Same.
To receive and approve requests dispensation from members of matters of which they have a disclosable pecuniary interest.
None, Mr. Mayor.
Public speaking.
Non-registered, Mr. Mayor.
These, County Council. We've got County Council. That's it.
No.
I've got one now.
Well, yeah, well, no. Can I suggest we write to the new county councillors, assuming they know where Heanor is, and ask them if they are prepared to send written reports on what they do on that, or if they're prepared to attend a council meeting.
Yeah, we need some.
Well, at the end of the day, they've been elected
Yeah.
to
They put his hand
represent
up.
us. It's always good to go to the town council and explain that. Let them take it.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, at this moment in time, it's so close to the last election, we've not been informed officially of the county council details, email addresses, and how to contact them. When we get that, we will contact them.
Good luck.
Amber Valley Borough Council.
Just one quick report just to say, had a really good VE Day event today at the Memorial Park, bring the flag in. Was well attended by residents and other than that, it's 3 or 4 mayors across the borough.
Yeah.
So, really good event.
Yeah, I did go. I've never seen so many chains on show at the same time. To confirm the minutes of the town council meeting on the 17th of April.
With those chair.
Town mayor's announcements.
Well,
And is it anything you've done?
2 o'clock on Saturday, you need to be at Eastwood Hall. Amber Valley Sids.
There's nothing you want to say from the last one? No. Okay. To receive the minutes from the executive committee meeting on the 24th of April.
Chair, that is to also approve the recommendations requiring approval, and there's some explanation I'd like to give on those. You are required to approve that the council be recommended to approve the opening of a Unity Trust bank account at £85,000, determine bank signatories for the account, and investment of up to £150,000 in short-term deposit investments at the discretion of the RFO. She needs that in writing, a council decision, so that we can move that money across. And obviously we would require for the new Unity Trust bank account, we'd need 3 bank signatories who are prepared to be available through the Heanor Loscoe Town Council email. We need to be able to, what happens is an alert goes directly to you asking you to approve any payments that are put on there. And it's critical that we don't have, say, a councillor that doesn't look at their email for days. They need to make those payments when they're put through. So is it possible today to come up with some bank signatories?
When does this have to be in the barn?
Well, we want to do it as soon as possible. It can be deferred until June if we wish.
Yeah, probably.
Then secondly, Chair, grant requests. As you can see, there's a brief meeting there because it was a confidential session at that point. The executive were given delegated powers to deal with certain grants up to £1,000, and they agreed to give £700 total to the Ford Hancock Shield to sponsor that for the next 4 years. So that's £700 total. They also gave £1,000 to Heanor Weenies. Those decisions are not up for debate because they've got the executive had delegated powers. But they also decided to confirm what's adding into there is that they decided not to make a grant to the CBS this time, and they also made decisions. They recommended that the Lions Den Boxing Club, and I think we need to record a declaration of interest for Councillor Goodrum, who wouldn't been aware of that he needed to do that at the start of the meeting. They put an application in for £10,000 and the executive decided not to take any action on that grant at that point, but to ask the Lions Den Boxing Club to submit accounts from the CIC and a more detailed explanation of where that money would be spent before they made a decision, because in the budget there is only £10,000 allocated for grants to organisations. So now it's got to count, so it's over £1,000. I can now write to Mr Goodrum to let him know what the actual decision was there. But obviously you need to confirm that recommendation or otherwise tonight on what you want to do on that. And Heanor Carnival came in with an application for £6,000, detailing financial information that said they made just under £4,000 profit last year, and that it costs £5,500 to run the carnival, but they were asking for £6,000 from the council again, and there was also some incomplete information in relation to income from stalls on that event. Now the executive was mindful of the carnival wanting to go ahead, and they had recommended, and obviously it's got to come here because it's over £1,000, that this year the council make a grant of £2,000 and indicate to the carnival committee that this is the last year that the council will contribute. They need to be self-funding. Now again, you can confirm that, or you can make a completely different decision here at council. So 2 items, Lions Den Boxing Club and Heanor Carnival, that you need to determine.
Any thoughts?
Suspend for now.
I'm with the recommendations. Sure.
Second.
Can I vote on that?
Against? We'll go against.
Any against?
Yeah, we'll go against.
It's Mr Mayor.
Yes.
I believe Councillor Hibbard voted for.
I missed what he said. I missed what he said first off, sort of things.
Could I, on that, can we, for clarity, please re-vote on that, show me, because I've not had a chance to count those votes, and make it clear with your hands up. So those in favour of the recommendation. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 for. Those against. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Hand
You
on.
voted.
Yes. We'll suspend it to the next meeting. And
When you'll have to put that recommendation forward, you now have to vote on deferring it.
yeah, better idea actually. Yeah.
Is that on both of them?
I think so.
Yeah, we need more information.
Yeah.
Sorry, but we haven't had a vote on it.
You need to.
Oh, sorry.
The only thing I'll say is obviously the Heanor Carnival is coming up fast, so it doesn't give a lot of time.
We'll put another meeting in before Christmas.
There'll be another meeting on the
June.
first Thursday in June.
Yeah.
So,
So vote on that
voted on
to suspend it till next month on those.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9.
And against? Anybody?
Yeah, it's carried.
On to 11.
Item 11, Mr Mayor, is just to confirm that the council, it isn't legally required because we've already passed this for the 4-year period, but to note that the town council operates under the parish council's general power of competency prescribed conditions order 2012, which gives you wider powers in how you spend your money. It's based on the number of councillors that are elected and having a qualified clerk. So it's just to note that that is in place.
Item B, to consider committee structure.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, there are two committees, the executive and the events committee. And you're at liberty if you wish to appoint committees or not appoint committees. You know, there are two options: a committee system that hopefully speeds up the way that decisions are taken. The other one is for all decisions to be taken in council by the 21 council. Or you can defer them until, leave them the arrangements as they are and defer until the June meeting. It's entirely.
Yeah, I'd like to defer both the committee to the next meeting. And we want to move it. Second it.
Next one then, Mr. Mayor, is the calendar of meetings. It is proposed that the Town Council meets monthly on the first Thursday of each month, excluding traditionally December and excluding August. You have the option, if you wish, to reinstate the December meeting. That's early enough in December. I would prefer, though, traditionally, that councils are not busy in the summer and don't meet in August. So that would be 11 meetings a year. But again, it's entirely up to the council to propose.
Is that something that we could bring in closer to the time?
Yes, you can change your calendar of meetings at any point.
Yeah. And
So you can just agree, if you wish, that the next meeting will be on the
yeah.
first Thursday in June, and you'll look at the calendar of meetings at the next.
Okay.
Yeah, do that.
So you'll need to vote on that as well, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah. So to carry on the calendar of meetings as is, and the next meeting on the 5th of June. And the vote. The calendar of meetings.
With that being presumption, Mr. Mayor, I assume that Town Council representatives on outside bodies, you would probably like to defer that until
Yes.
the June meeting.
Yeah.
So
we
don't
vote on-
need to vote on it.
Vote on.
Yeah.
Yes.
And again, Mr. Mayor, you might want to defer item E. At the moment, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 signatories, certainly sufficient to make payments. Bear in mind that signatories on the bank account, they're not able to just make payments, they're just acting on council instructions to spend money. So my suggestion would be to defer until June, which gives an opportunity to deal with the co-option in between as well, and then you'll have your full complement.
Vote on. Report to the town clerk.
Yeah, sorry it's all me tonight. I don't like the sound of my own voice, but needs must. An allotment at Glue Lane has, the joys of owning land is that we're responsible for what goes on there, and there is a dangerous tree on the boundary that needs to come down, and that the cost of bringing a very mature tree down is £1,500 to get that down, take it away. I'd like permission to spend that money and get that sorted out. You know, we can't push it onto the allotment association, they just haven't got that type of budget to do that.
Is this the same tree that was causing the problem, was it last year?
No,
No,
it's a different one.
Right.
And then lastly, we are due to renew our insurance on the 1st of June. We're currently getting quotations in to do that. I'm going to ask if the council, we don't have the figures. We spend about £3,500–4,000 on all our insurances. Bear in mind we've got 3 buildings, etc. So my suggestion to you, I would like to ask, as you can only delegate to the clerk, that the decision to renew be delegated to the clerk in consultation with the mayor.
Happy to vote. Finance.
The financial officer isn't here tonight, but obviously we have included, course the back payments made in April 2025, the sheet recording income for April 2025, and the bank reconciliation for your approval.
Second.
Members wishing to speak.
Yes.
I'll just wait, please, sir. Have we got a date for public annual meeting yet?
Yes.
It was set at the last meeting, the 26th of June.
Brilliant. Thank you.
It'll be in a similar format to last year.
Can I encourage all the councillors to attend, please? Thank you.
I think, indeed, Chair, we've
The election and elections at 4. Bigger.
that figure was for all the by-elections. It went on last year.
4.
Certainly 3. It's quite expensive by-elections. They cost around £10–11 a time. And apologies for the RFO not being here. She's got norovirus.
Yeah, I think she's.
Otherwise she would have been here to answer the question. So then, Chair, that we've already considered the town council insurance cover.
Yeah.
You've dealt with your first 3 items. So you see, really, there's a mistake on my part that I've included it in the report to the town clerk, and Terry had obviously already put it on in the list of finance stuff.
Yeah.
So we dealt with that. Then it brings us on to the internal audit, if you like, and our return to the external auditor, where we have several documents that require signatures, and they have to be dealt with in a specific order. So to start off with on E, you have to receive the income and expenditure account and balance sheet for the financial year ending 31st of 2025, which I think has been circulated, and I think it shows a balance at the 1st of April of, if I remember rightly, £325,000 or so. But it does need your specific vote and approval to receive those, and you've noted that that's the position of the council.
Second.
Vote on.
And then the next one then is it's to receive the supporting notes to the accounts, so you're aware of why they are being done, the guidance notes that we get. It's a fairly standard thing that have been sent out to you, you have to be noted.
Leave those chair. Yeah. Vote on that.
And then the important bits are to receive the internal audit report that reports that he has no areas of concern in the council's financial management or the way that it was managed during 2024-25.
Leave those chair. Vote on that.
And then the important bits, the main important things are to approve the annual governance statement, which is a statement that we will say that in the financial officer's opinion, we've put in place arrangements for the effective financial management during the year. We've maintained adequate system of internal control. We've took all steps to assure ourselves that there are no matters of actual or potential non-compliance with the law. We've provided proper opportunity during the year for the exercise of electors' rights. We did have people in this year scrutinising the accounts. We carried out an assessment of the risks facing the authority, and you have approved a risk strategy in council. We took the appropriate action on all matters raised in return from the internal and external audit. One of those last year was that the risk assessments had not been completed during that financial year. This year they have been completed in the appropriate timescale. We've considered whether any litigation or liabilities have a financial impact on the authority, and the external auditor has already been through all those and basically agreed that in his internal control objectives we have met those criteria. So what I need to do is, if you are happy, to tick the yes box on the form that goes back to the external auditor. We not applicable of having trust funds, and then I will fill in the date of the meeting, a minute number reference, and I will sign it as the clerk to the meeting, and I will ask the mayor or chair to sign the document if he may, and I will send you a copy when we've completed the consent done. So I'll put the appropriate things in and let you see that. And so you need to vote that everybody's happy that we do that.
Yep. Vote on that then.
And then last but not least is the accounting statements that show that the balance is brought forward on the 31st of March. The 31st of March 2024 was £340,414. The precept we received was £281,409. Staff costs were £88,725. That was up by £2,300 on the previous year due to pay awards. All of the payments made by the town council was £242,447, which was about £65,000 lower than the previous year. The total value of cash and short-term investments this year was £325,888, compared to last year £326,624. So it shows fairly good management that the council pretty much managed to keep its reserves and spend the money that came in as income. Total fixed assets plus long-term investments are £975,018. That obviously includes building valuations, which are currently being revalued by an estate agent for a chartered surveyor. And again, if you are happy with that, I need to get signed by the chair of the meeting, the mayor. I put a minute reference in there and the date of the meeting, and then I have to get the responsible financial officer to put her signature on the document before it is then sent off to the auditor, together with reports on any variances that have occurred, explaining why we spent £65,000 less than last year, and why our staff costs have gone up by £2,500, and why the precepted rates went up from the previous year. You know, that's just standard explanations in terms of council have made a decision to increase the precept. Staff costs have varied due to locum staff due to pay awards and all those type of things, and all of the payments were probably reduced this last year because we made some substantial grants in the previous financial year to support projects. So if you can vote and you're happy with that, I'd like to get the autograph from the mayor again, and then we can send that off to the external auditor, and we will hear back from them by the beginning of September. You'll get a report from them on our financial position and how they do it.
Okay, everybody happy with that?
So again, it's that one there, please.
And with that, I can shut up, and I'll pass you on to the chair.
Planning. ABA 2025. Press the button. 0253.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Yeah, there are often concerns about the possible impact on a public right of way for this tube line. I think we should now expressing our concerns about potentially building on the public right of way for these trains.
Plants are not on the top because what they do.
Yeah,
Yes.
Although I understand that one of the residents is compromised their body. But yeah.
Lower planning.
Yeah, so that's the lighting and directing on the
Yeah.
engines and everything else.
Is that going to affect? So if I think where it is, it's public footpath. So will that? We need to ask you if that's going to be reinstated. Could you find out if that's going to be reinstated or? Again, I guess.
Yeah, I look at the plan, it says, like anything else, say it is.
Don't mean they'll do it.
Oh, no. But just have to make sure that that's put back on with.
That's the only way down to a bit of land out there.
So if we can, right, and check that that's done. AVA 2025 268 67 Ray Street, Heanor. External insulation with brick effect rendered, the front and plain rendered to finish. External insulation to rear elevation. That's what they do now into this big.
It's everywhere.
They're already doing it.
AVA 2025 0025. Land adjoining 21 Hand Road, Heanor. 3-bedroom detached split level house. Any thanks? COR 2025-0038, the Angry Bee Micro Pub, Godfrey Street, Heanor. A minor variation to premises licence.
Give it them.
We need all the help we can get.
That's it. And the next meeting on the 5th of June.